And we are joined now by Kevin Wilson, head coach of the Hoosiers. Coach, thanks for taking the time to join us. Let's talk first about the external discussions and expectations for this team. They're certainly higher than they have been in any other year that you've been here. How do you deal with that?
One, I always think, internally, you're always aspiring for more than I think anyone, and still here, I don't know if we still get a lot of credit, so we try to stroke the chip on our shoulder. We've got to earn a lot of respect, and expectations might be higher, but sometimes, we don't acknowledge or accept where those are. So, our deal every day, short-term, Dave, it's constant improvement, consistent improvement, daily improvement, and let's stack that up, go play some games at the end, look how far we've came.
Coach, when you talk about improvement, what are some of the things you look at on defense to gauge your defensive improvement during camp?
Well, again, where you saw, today's the first full padded day. We didn't cut loose and fly around to the ground. That's coming shortly. But, our Big Ten emphasis period of some two-back or a little bit more traditional run, which in our offense we don't do as much. We're doing that bone stuff to be a little bit. But it's going to be in some tackling drills. When guys get nicked, our ability to stay and keep fighting through. I'm still early in camp, nothing major yet, but we're getting that point where you start getting that little nick-up guy that all of a sudden he needs to be held out of this drill. And that tried to comment there, well, a guy can't do this drill. And I said, well, this is the fundamentals of blocking, so if he can't do this drill, I guess he can't practice today. Right. So there's a point in time with just that toughness. I do think we're stronger, and I do think we're staying on our feet better. So I like the athleticism, maturity, and strength, but we've got to make some strides, and proof will be in the pudding because that's still a little bit of our Achilles heel.
Talk a little bit about the depth you're starting to develop, particularly at the running back position, obviously quarterback, but the offensive line seems to have some more depth as well.
A little bit more, and there's a lot more depth on offense than defense. And with that, it's not just for the injury, it's competition. We got some receivers like, you saw today, DeWeese Wilson probably have as good a day as anyone. Technically, it's a 2 when we jog out there. Stephen Houston, Tevin Coleman fighting to be the guy. We're getting a little bit more in the O-line, and I'd like to think if we can get some of these freshmen up to speed defense, it's not ideal yet, but we're going to have a little bit more defensive depth.
You lose Larry Black and Adam Rapoglu, who were really two really good defensive tackles. What's it look like there battle-wise? Who are some of the players we should look for?
Well, I think we're more talented, but with youth and experience, the rigors of war and how to prepare and anticipate and recognize and see things and then consistently do it week after week, day after day in the Big Ten. Ralph Green is a young man that's going to be as large as those guys, and I think athletically talented. Darius Latham, a young freshman, I think very talented young guy that can get in the mix. Chris Cormier, a JC guy who didn't get much work today that we need to get him kind of gotten here late, up in shape and got some quickness, got some size. So we're going to be youthful, but I think we're more talented, but I don't know if the production's going to, because Larry and Adam in particular gave us great production.
How do you
balance
balance
not great
that?
Production,
yeah.
Solid production for our defense.
Solid right inside, but how do you balance that youth? And you know that they're going to make some mistakes every now and then versus just allowing them to just go. Just let them play, and we'll coach them up on Sunday to the mistakes that they've made.
Well, and I think Coach can tell you in preseason, there's always the problem where there's some guys that actually kind of get in the way. And you start spreading reps out as his quarterback. We got a great battle with 3 guys, and the reps getting spread, and as coaches, you got to manage it. There's a time where, as a coach, you got to put your ego in check and know you're a good coach. And when one of your young guys goes the wrong way, coach him up, but you got to get out there and throw him in the deep water and let him start swimming. And so, and Antonio Allen should, I think, have a huge impact on our defense. Darius Latham, I think, potentially will be a young guy with David Kinney up front. And we'll see. I'm intrigued with Marcus Oliver, Clyde Newton, a couple of these. And you saw T.J. Simmons in spring. So I think some of those freshmen are going to get in the 2 deep, and we'll see if they get some on the field.
How do you define success with this team?
To me, we don't talk about a game or a number of wins or being a bowl team. You can be a bowl team at 6-6 and lose that and have a losing record. It's a great school. They're making a great commitment. It's about a product that parallels this school. That being said, it's doing our best every day and getting better. You saw today, we're moving, but we got a long way to go. A long way to go. We're stronger. We're more talented. We're still young. There's only 4 seniors on the 2 deep offense. So there's a lot of upside, but it's our ability as coaches, and it's really get the players to buy in and lead us to see how far we can take it. If we take it, it's not going to be an upset or something, that we get a team or 2. I think we can have a lot of fun, make a little noise, and start building the program that this school and our fans deserve.
Head coach of the Hoosiers, Kevin Wilson. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.